Hey y'all, I am live. Of course, you know I'm live. I am tired of the innuendos and the lies that are all being told and the threats. So I am putting out some facts. Everybody knows that on October 26th, a truce was called between all communities. Only a few have avoided a truce because they enjoy and are addicted to the drama and they miss the views and all that come with it. The rest of us, hi guys, hi Desiree, hey Kelly, hey Jeffrey. The rest of us are trying to move on. A disclaimer, the text messages and the DMs and stuff that I am going to be revealing started in September. At that point, our community as well, we were connected with ICEMAN and their community, and we were at war, were brought into a war against the littles that really we had no stake in. So there is a couple IG direct messages involving them, but it will say clearly there were three that were the instigators, and we had about three on our side that were clearly still in the thick of it. With that being said, they've also tried to say that we were talking shit or me about the Workiverse and everybody else, including John Arty. There was a comment made on October 6th about MC Lama from the Workiverse. I did mention, now I had heard everybody call him the Monopoly Man, a knockoff version from Sin and a couple people, so I did use that. That was before me and MC Lama actually had a talk. We're civil to each other, and we made our peace. Before even the truce, it was done. I didn't call him the Monopoly Man or anything else like that. There'll be nothing else mentioned. Just two comments about him being a Workiverse troll, and that I called him the knockoff version of the Monopoly Man. All that said was in the past when everybody was at their heightened states. I did make also a mention of Bird, and which I know she made several comments about me. It's okay. I'm not holding anything against anybody from the past. These comments were made 2 weeks prior to the truce. So nothing from that 2 week period before the truce. We had already stopped. There is nothing about Bird being said behind scenes or in front of scenes because we were just done with it. So I have all that proof. So that's going to come out. This is from October 13th or October 14th. You will see the date. The truce that we made was on October 26th on Fusions concerning Bird. There's also going to be two comments about Roland, which I've already talked to him about when we were in the thick of it, and it will be explained why I thought he was being a bitch or a coward. The reason is when I was in the chat and I was being attacked for no reason, I thought that he would at least stand up and say something. He didn't. So in anger, I did make two negative comments, but I already talked to him about that. Once again, this was all during the height of the war, the fighting or whatever everybody wants to call it, way before the truce was ever made. Nothing that was said in these IGs was after truce. Nothing was even said except for against Ice and Jean 2 weeks prior to the truth. Hey Brandy, hey Sin, hey James, Victoria, Holly, Demon Sister. So I'm putting all this out because I am tired of the little fake innuendos that Mokon, bitch boy, or whatever you want to call him, is going around into other communities saying, oh, look, you should see all the things that she said about you or them say. So I'm going to put everything out so that you all can see the facts about him and how he is just addicted to drama. He's still bringing up something from almost, you hear him 2 years ago about JEKYLL. He calls him a pedophile, and everybody in the community over here supports pedos. Well, hate to tell him, she was 16, almost 17, makes him a sex offender and a creep, but not a pedophile. He doesn't realize a pedophile is somebody who likes children that haven't hit puberty yet. And Mokon, honey, you didn't call him out. You gave the information to Tim and to Nitro. They were up on the panel. They called out him because you didn't have a platform to call out Jekyll. You gave information about Jekyll. The people who officially called him out was Triple T, Nitro, and the ones that were on the panel that night.
It was nobody but me.
Or yeah, okay, nobody but Tim at first. And then when he had Nitro and them all up, they all called him out too. You ran your mouth behind the scenes and in IGs and on DMs. You never once called him out on a live panel. So calling Tim a liar, or Nitro a liar, or anybody else a liar who literally got on a platform and called him out, like Dan and Joe and all of it, they called him out because it was out in the open for people to hear. Talking behind scenes is not calling somebody out. That's passing along messages. That's what you did. So it's not a lie when they said they called him out. They did, not you. And the reason they ignored you, I know you're 32 and it doesn't sink in so easily, so let me break it down. You came to them saying he was a pedophile. People looked into it. There was no record of him having sex anywhere with a child who hadn't hit puberty. So, of course, they're not going to take your word for it. They're not going to listen to you because you didn't bring him any evidence of him being a pedophile. Lo and behold, because he never was a pedophile. But you still run with that angle. So you keep it up, good sir, because everybody can look it up themselves. Then another reason is he told everybody that he met her at a bar, which means we all know there are women who get fake IDs, go into bars who aren't of age. That happens. So his story was more believable on that. Didn't make him look guilty. It wasn't until more facts came out that everybody found out he was a recruiter at her high school and he knew who she was at the high school, invited her to a house party, and then started having sex with her there and in his recruiter office. That's when the whole story came out and it broke, and that's when he was called out. You did not bring true facts. You brought theories, conspiracies, and half truths. People don't run off with half truths. People want facts. So tonight, now that you go into the Workiverse and you tell the Workiverse that we talk shit about them, you go to John Arty the other night and said we talk shit about them, knowing it was all a lie. I'm going to put all of it out because I'm tired of your crap. And if this is a wig, by the way, man, I need a new wig who doesn't have a little bit of gray hair in it, even underneath the gray. Damn, something's wrong. Hi, Sasquatch. Hi, Brandy. Hey, Kelly. Thank you guys for being here. Like I said, this isn't about drama, it's about information. So, without further ado, we are going to start. There's a lot of information I'm going to be putting out. There's a lot of emails that go back from September all the way till I finally had to block him. He has been tagging our community in multiple videos, multiple songs, constantly until we finally said enough. He kept coming to our community to get us the links because nobody would go to him. We were tired of it. You think Square is a stalker? This one is a stalker. He doesn't let up. I've got also Drive. People have proof. He gets mad because he puts out 80 diss tracks and none of us will respond to him. So he's going to keep putting out more till somebody responds. So I am here. Hi, Hellbilly. How you doing? I am here. Hey, Ricky Bobby. Sasquatch. I am here to put out the facts, to put out context of what was said, when it was said. Like I said again, this is all predated a truce. So even the last thing ever out of my mouth concerning Bird was 2 weeks before the truce because I was just done. It it wasn't fun and it was pointless. Just like him telling John Arty, I talked a bunch of shit about them. Yeah, I'm about to prove that he lied. So, Tim,
What?
could you come here, please? I am about to do the first one, and because it's a different kind of screen for me, I haven't figured out how to do it. So, I know not a lot of people are watching, so let me put this once again. This is pre-truce. Okay? We're going to do yours first because that's when it starts. It's a folder, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's pause it first. That's not the first one I thought. The first
Yeah,
one,
it is.
no, it was about, I went on Jaws panel that started the war.
This is the very first
Oh,
picture you told me.
okay. All right.
So you're gonna look. You're gonna hit play,
Yep. And they can still hear me.
and yep.
Okay. All right, guys. I am going to break down for everybody, including the littles, what was being said and why. Because above, Robert Bradley McConaughey, or known as Seeking the Truth, but he doesn't, and Mokon. He has all these different names. What was happening, and he was talking about S&P and how S&P was going down the same path he did, fighting with us for no reason, how he was high all the time and drunk. And so I appreciate you speaking the facts, because this was about S&P. We've been neutral and still get some to Tim's. It's those little motherfuckers got him ego stroking, talking about S&P, so he trusts them, but they goad him into shit because people like him, me and Tim, and Sin did too. That's what that one's about. All right, this one, where he said I was talking about John Arty. This is where I was talking about Jaw. We went on Jaw's panel on that day. It was right after I was falsely accused, and so was Tim, about trying to take an interview that Tim had already, based on the own guitar's own words, he had already reached out to Tim and Sin and another person to do the interview, and he even admitted he sent the stuff to Triple T and he never got back with him. So Tim didn't even know that Iceman and Gene were doing this interview. But this is where I went on the panel to try to talk to him and calm it all down, because he was calling everybody backstabbers and traitors. So, and that's when the cartoon, when his mom came into play, was only about receiving the gift from Feller because of him. After Iceman attacked Feller about his wife, Stephanie, Feller came back at him. So he's told him, Ice dared Tim to put his mother in that cartoon with that gift. And if he didn't, he was a bitch. And he just kept goading. They were going at each other. And it was a cockfight. And Tim did exactly what he said he would do. So that's the part where Jaw was talked about. Here's another one where I went on Jaws to talk to him, meaning Ice. And all that, as you can read for yourself, his words and mine. Nothing bad about John Arty, as you can tell, but we'll keep going. This is all from September 28th. Yes, this was when I was talking to him, when he was trying to reach out to Tim and me, before I had my own. All right. Now, this is another one about the little MFers. This is back in September. Because the little MFers kept coming at my morals. That was, if you remember, there was only a few. I went up on the panel for Harley and John. Tony kept coming after. He was a little MFer. Kept coming at my morals as a mom for being friends over there with Ice and hanging out with Gene and Ice and all that, those people, and not him. So that's when I said, well, fuck it. I'll just go hang out with Iceman. How about that? That was what this was about. As you can read, I'll just go to Iceman because I was tired of all the shit. And then when Tony came at me in a drunken rage, it was questioning my morals. That's exactly. So as you can see, it wasn't quite a dig at all the little MFers. It was the little MFer kept coming at my morals. And everybody knows that night that it happened, I went over there with Rex. or it was supposed to go over with Rex. Rex didn't go. We decided he didn't need to go. Straight Shooting had been up there first. I got up there. There was the yelling back and forth. And then that's when I caught Tony telling people who being called bitch should have a thicker skin, but he wanted an apology for Harley being called a bitch. And then he calls a woman who's not even on the internet a bitch. So that was that night, if everybody can remember that night. All right. Then this is all about him talking about his Google AdSense, which we all know people could make a lot of money back in the day, Brad, before YouTube gets 50%. So you wouldn't even be making that kind of money now if you tried, even if you had 30,000 subs. All right. So when he all says that we've been out of the drama, we said we have been the last 5 weeks. But since the little trolls wanting clout and views come up after Tim because I quit trying to get people to play together. Okay? That's what that was about. Okay? All right. Now, let's see. This happened between you and me, along with Joe. We could body those little MFers. It's okay for now. Not all the little MFers are at this shit. It's the 3 main ones on our side and the 3 on that side. There were only 3 of the little MFers that were still causing trouble at this point in time, as you all know. At that point, to me, it was Tony, John, and Harley at that moment. It just because they kept coming at me thinking every time Tim said something, it was directed at Harley. And then Tony was still the little thing. So that's why there were 3 that I said. So it was not all the little MFers, as it says right here, clearly 3 of them. And I said it out loud many times too. All right. Okay, this one. We appreciate this. Once again, you're good over in ICE or Birds because we don't tell people where they can and can't go as he likes to instruct. I said, we are all just watching. Now, here's where one Workiverse, not the whole Workiverse. Troll came bugging, hating, lying on me, saying I doxed his first name. That was supposedly, and then we worked it out. It was all about a troll account. I've never been, and several people told him it was a troll account, but he keeps bugging me about it to attack. I said, you're good. I don't want you in drama unless you need the big guns. All right. So, as you see, he was the one talking about ICE and everything. I made my comment that I did not dox him. That's where MC Llama first came up. As we know, this was now October 6th, before me and MC Llama had talked. So this is when he was talking about how MC Llama acted like a dickhead to him. And I was like, well, that's the MC Hawk, the knockoff version Monopoly troll. So, and he knows we called him that. He was called that by Sin. Anyways, this was before we talked. So that was my whole attack on the Workiverse, guys, and against MC Llama. So, but yeah, you can see where he comes in the chats of the Workiverse and says, I talked about everybody. Yeah, so keep flapping your gums, Bradley, my dear, or Robert, whatever you know. I know you got mommy fixation issues. So, all right, we're going to move on. All right, here we got, okay, he does that. I don't remember who we were talking about, but he does that and 2 others. They attack, talk shit, like call jobs. I'm talking about Iceman and them. But if it happens to them, they're victims. You must think, obey, and fight for them. But a different opinion, you after them. Bullshit. So I called him, called him as a hypocrite before we talked calmly. So I'm trying to remember who I called a hypocrite. Well, if I called you a hypocrite during the war, then yeah, you need to remind me who that was. But I know it's Iceman and them who like to call jobs. So it had to be somewhere along in those lines. I said, and then there were many conversations because if anybody have watched Mokon in a chat, hell, that's 20 things before you can even reply to one. I said, you, Tim, and Joe, ha ha. I said, I saw you in the chat, thought I'd better get to you before you got him talking shit, and Tim got heated. because he was stepping into something he didn't know what was going on. And then he put when I mentioned birds. So I don't know what that was about because it didn't have to pertain with what I was saying. So I made sure I put only what I said. I said, wow, Mokon, I appreciate you speaking facts. We've been neutral and still get some in Tim's. It's those got him ego stroking. I think we already put this. Yep, this is a repeat. Tim gave me this one already. This is back from the beginning. Okay. So let me see if there was any new ones or if Tim did the second one. Okay. Now, I wasn't aware of no book deal, but Johnny Castro came to Tim and he put that he wanted to do a biography on his life, not only just him, but his life with Creek Squad and his time with Ryan Upchurch. That's all Tim knew. He put out the total text messages. So Brad's trying to get with Cashville because he wants to write the book. And he's like, yeah, you'll see. So the whole part of the Workiverse is already done. All right. And let's see what this one is. Okay. So if you guys remember, out of the blue, something happened on an Iceman chat back on October 6th. Don't know what it is, but Tim was joking around because Iceman just fell off and his stream kept going. And people all over there was joking about that something happened to Ice, maybe he OD'd or something. So Tim casually mentioned, well, yeah, maybe we should check on him. Everybody's worried about him. Well, what happens is, Mokon goes running over there and trying to get, that's what he means when he went into Bird's chat. Okay, up above. I see it now. All right. He said, I didn't mention any names because I'm not sure what all has happened. So that's what that was about when he went over to Bird's chat to let her know. All right. I said he does that. He and two others, they attack, talk shit like, okay, that's a repeat too. Okay. So Tim gave me duplicates, guys. Sorry on some of these. Like I said, Brad doesn't much. Okay. Here is Brad. He puts up this number. Now the number is no longer valid, guys. That's so I'm not doxing Iceman, but he had Iceman's number because Iceman was getting a hold of him in the back scenes trying to get information on everybody. So he brags that he called that number, and Iceman even says somebody keeps calling him on his stream. He got him. So as you see, he was the one prank calling Iceman, but we got blamed for it. And I'm sure Bird got blamed for it and other people got blamed for it. But it's Mokon that was doing the prank calling. So just so everybody knows, it's out there. It's proof right there. So, and this was back in October too. So as you guys know. All right. He told us, thank you about talking about the people talking about our grandson because his sister is mentally challenged. And then he says, God has a special place in hell for people like them, meaning Iceman and Indian Ink and those people. All right. Let's see. What else we got? That might be it before I got my own IG account, which it is. All right. Tim,
What?
can you come get mine now? We ended yours and we're going live into mine. Right into mine. All right, guys. So, well, hey, Tennessee Tom. Susie Q, how you doing? Hey, Dan. Hey, Ricky, Bobby, Iron Horse. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. We're not even halfway. Hey, Skulls. Hey, Bonnie. If I miss, hey, MMC, if I'm missing anybody, I am sorry if you're in here that I didn't call your name or if I've said your name twice. I am sorry. A lot going on. But like I said, I am tired of the innuendos and the lies that Brad likes to say. He told John Arty the other night that I talked mad shit about them. So I guess if me saying I went on his live to talk to Ice is okay, I need mine IG now. Now this.
Fuck that!
This is all of my IGs. Every single one. Hey, Storm.
58 minutes long. So
yes, that's how, yeah. So this is all that me and Brett on mine.
From 5 days of conversation.
Oh, it wasn't 5 days.
Yeah, it is.
It is
It's 5 days.
It's
Wait till you
not.
see it. I gotta date it.
But so far, you've seen this titillating conversations that I was talking about all of the Workiverse, and so far all of the little MFers when it was 3. and everybody knows who the three were. I even said it. So this is going to be even more stimulating for you guys. So hang on, because, you know, Brad was insinuating there's a whole bunch more coming. So I know, Amy, you have a whole bunch on from him too, because he just kept tagging and tagging until we finally had to block him. All right, guys. These are mine and Brad's.
Put full screen so everybody can see it.
Yep, full screen. And I'm doing both sides. Hey, James. Tim, they said hi.
Hi, what's up, everybody? Bradley, eat a dick.
All right. So
There you go.
thank you, baby. So all I have to do is hit play. Can you put cheese on my steak and just leave it for me in the ice box? Yeah, put some cheese, please.
Oh, I saw you spinning and fridge the whole time.
I know, but go ahead and just. All right. This is when Tim started my IG. As you can clearly see, that is Brad right there on the side with his mom and his sister's picture. It says Instagram user because he's blocked. So that's why the name's no longer up there like everybody else's, okay? All right. This is the day I got my IG because Tim said that's it. Everybody was sending requests to me and wanting to talk to me and everything else. And he said, that's it. I have to get my own IG. So I was letting him know I never knew Brad or Robert. Let's go with Robert, your real name. So he's put it out there. So Robert never gave me, I didn't have all the backstory. I didn't know what was going on. So I was trying to be a friend from here because Joe and Tim and everybody seemed to have made peace with him. They were letting the past stay in the past, even though Robert can't leave the past. He still every night on his live, listen to him. It's all Jekyll, 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 Joe, Holly, Lori, Tim, Dan, Amy. I mean, he just can't let the past go because we don't want nothing to do with him. All he has to do is move on, leave us alone, and we've been leaving him alone. But he's where he's supposed to be with the right people who can't leave shit alone. So as you can read all my messages. I'm going to go it slow. I want everybody to read so you get the context of why I say what I say, how I say it, and when I say it. So pay attention to the dates. Remember, truce was October 26th that we made a truce and the fighting all stopped. All right. All right. He's trying to hit up Johnny Cashville because he wants to write a book. He wants that notoriety because Todd turned it down. Okay? And then tried to insinuate that Tim was, but you all read the text, so you all know he never said it was supposed to be a burn book against Upchurch or Creek Squad. It was all in the text, so that's all clearly done. So Mokon really wants to be able to do that book. These are all his. All right. He wants to apologize. I said, look, you are 100 with us both. You're a friend. I wanted to warn you what he was stepping into that you saw from the Tim's IG messages where I talked to him. That's where I said I was just trying to be a YouTube friend to him because I didn't know about the past. And I have to admit, our community did very well with not telling me or trying to poison me with their opinions of him or other people like ICE and them. They saw ICE. They knew for the past year that he had been on, and same with Gene and Mokon. And they wanted me to go out and learn for myself. Nobody warned me about Mokon, not even Tim. Wouldn't give me all the details except for a little bit about JEKYLL. So me warning him was going over to Gene's and ISIS. And then you see this. I want you to read this one part. He said he's going to stay away from that, stay clear from that side of the community. I want you to read what I put. No, I did not say stay clear. I'm tired of people saying that I tell people they can't go somewhere else. Once again, nobody can see my DMs, and I clearly put it again. Yet everybody who says I say it has nothing in writing of me saying it. It's just their imagination. But here we go. You can go anywhere you want. You saw me say that too. And you see our littlest communities. Okay? So he asked me here if I've ever heard of a song called Batter Up by Nelly. So now remember that part. And he said I said it was S&P. I said I thought. Thinking and saying that it was definitely an S&P song, two different things. Like I tried to say, I did say I thought it was. So and here I say on that song, it's not a long one. It's not bad. Not bad. LOL. Because it was kind of bad, but I was trying to be nice, as you can see. Now, he kept telling me about the book and trying to instant message Johnny Cashville. I said, well, I'm curious if he will respond or he's going to think you're like Todd, meaning that Todd didn't want to write a book for Johnny Cashville. So that's what that means. He says, from what he took from Cashville wants to bury Creek Squad. And then he's saying, I don't blame him. I'm like, all righty, I don't say anything. Most of the time he did so much that you can see I didn't keep up with half the crap it was so much. And I just put shaking my head.
Stop it right now. Both of you.
As you can tell, he does not like Ryan Upchurch. Another reason he fits in good with Jet and Gene and Ice.
Stop it right now.
Now, that was the part where I said I've been caught up on the two histories. That was between the JEKYLL and Mokon's history. That's what that was about.
Ow!
Then he starts sending me after all the Ryan stuff. It's all the Cashville stuff again. And he keeps begging Bubba to work with him. And see, that's still, I know about the now side between him and Cashville side. Now you see, he's trying to say that Mikey D was talking about that he didn't want to be part of the drama and talk to him. He used clips from back in August, guys. See? I had a feeling because of all the drama. Now, he just put this out recently in the last 2 weeks saying Mikey D. And Mikey D had to come on and tell him he deliberately spliced that. I'm trying to say goodbye. I said, yeah, he misses Mike, but Mikey's working on his farm, and he's already said on the last 3 times he's been on in the last 4 weeks, they will be back together. Not that Mikey's avoiding Tim. He's building up a farmhouse and a studio. But you can see how bad I'm talking about everybody. The Workiverse, John, Arty. This was when we were going at it with S&P for a minute. He put a lyric in there about a kangaroo. I was laughing about how he put it. Now we're on October 7th, guys. You saw all those messages from him just from October 6th when I started till October 7th. Here he is sending me community post. Look out, demon sister. You can see I'm talking about you guys. These are those commercials and these songs that he kept begging us to put in. And don't forget, you saw him say many times, let me pause this, that every day he had to direct message me and ask who we were beefing with. Have you once seen anything from him, from Tim's to mine so far, since September to October, where he has asked who we're beefing with? Huh. Mokon, Robert, Bradley, seeking the truth. Where's your truth? Guess that went on the wayside when you drank that extra 6-pack, right? See, I'm not going to keep blowing up Tim's IG. I don't want to keep bothering him. Here I had to go and say how this is the night that he went off on Smart for no reason. Because there was a lot of fighting, but he's been neutral always. And he wrote that thing and he kept wanting, and I was like, look, Tim's in a weird mood tonight. I'll leave him alone. I'll show him later. Here I am talking about Smart again in such an evil way, hoping Smart forgives him for the way he snapped on him. So, but yeah, so evil. Just like I talked about the Workiverse and John Arty. Right there, Mokon? Let's see. And all the littles, when it was just the 3 that everybody knows. All right. Here I'm talking about you, demon sister. He put out that second campaign, added everybody, forgot you. I ain't gonna let my demon sister be left out especially when ICE came at you over a cage. See, I didn't like that he put me in there and he didn't put you in. Yeah, for fun. Yeah, I was like, hey, put it in. But as you see so far, the only issues we've got is with ICEMAN. And there's my demon sister. Had to add her with me because I'm all about the glory, but I like to share. But yeah, I said, see, Holly's got to be up there as a special guest to share the spotlight. Damn, what an evil bitch I am. Yeah, talking shit about everybody. Still waiting, Mokon. Slowcon, where is it? Where's all the DMs? Huh. I mean, you've gave me hundreds of DMs daily, but yeah, I'm still waiting. I don't even get a chance to talk. All right, now this is another thing from the past. This is a girl from a year ago, and she wanted to come back after losing her husband and stuff from another YouTube creator who liked to harass and hound people. She lost her husband to suicide, and she lost her handicapped son. So he wanted to do drama. Tim said he would help her. She promised no drama, so Tim offered her a platform. He won't let it go. He says he's going to keep quiet. Holly was telling me stuff. She was watching him for me to make sure Tim had his six covered because I wasn't going to be there, and I didn't know the backstory like Holly does. Then he snitches and comes and tries to get between me and Holly and showing me stuff on Holly, acting like Holly's talking behind my back. But me and Holly already were talking, so we already knew that he was talking to her too. And I asked him, you guys think she did it? But he promises I ain't gonna say a word. But ask Tim to say this. And I said, Tim's not doing that. It's about a reaction. Gives a number. He called in a false complaint on this woman. So he does like to call in to police departments and stuff, guys. So remember this. Wow, Slowcon, the only one I see talking about people is you. Imagine that. Oh, because she dropped 2 diss tracks on his head. You see that. That's why he was going after and accusing her of her murder and calling the sheriff department to file a false murder charge or murder complaint on her. This is about my yard being all fenced in for my grandson who can't talk, so there ain't no way he would get away. Serious speculations. Yeah. I'm trying to tell him. Tim's already talked to her. No word about the past. He's not going to deal with her in the past. Keep it on the reactions. And she did. She stayed professional. Still, I have to tell him, I get it, Mokon. I get it. And he just keeps going. And then see, have Tim hit her with tough questions. It's not an interview. It's about a reaction. So here it is. I said, look, this isn't even on his Triple T channel. It's a reaction. That's all he's doing is having her react to music. I said, and if she did it, she'll answer to God, not to him. Who does he think he is to keep going around calling people's sheriff's department, PO officers, all this other crap? Oh, okay. Thought I lost it for a minute. All right. It keeps going on, even though I said we will watch her. He's bugging Holly about it too. So Holly's like, I've got it. I'm watching. My finger's ready. But he's got it. Yeah, he just won't let it go. I have to tell him again, please let it go. You see, I asked my demon sister to keep an eye out because I trust her. She knows the story. She was there. Now he's on Cashville's ass. Oh, now get this, guys. He was rapping before Eminem. Only ones that were white that were doing it besides him was him, Jelly Roll, and Worm. He created country rap on Bubba Sparks. I'm having to answer him from like 10 messages ago. Always all excited. Cashville added him as a friend, but he didn't respond. Oh, here he was in prison, spitting words from 2008 to 2010. Of course, he's 32 and still hasn't accomplished much, but that's neither here nor there. All right. So in 2 years, he was going across all these different prisons, back and forth. His MySpace. Oh, his only competitor before he got locked up, because he was so good, was Eminem's. He invented country rap, but his competitors were Eminem, Little White, and Bubba Sparks. That's the only competition he had. Okay? So he was up there with them. And then came Haystack, Worm, and Rehab and Jelly Roll after he got locked up. And he couldn't push his music anymore. So they got ahead. Because MySpace went to hell. And when he got out in 2010, Jelly Roll blew up. And yeah. So he's the creator of white country rappers. And he would have gone somewhere. But he got in trouble. He went to jail. He got arrested for choking a girl, a younger girl than him. He also got a minor drunk, and they went with weapons and tried to rob a house. Now, we all know lesser charges get dropped for a plea deal, not because they necessarily didn't happen, but, you know, he's going to stick with his story, makes him sound innocent. All right. So we got another one that created people's channels, but this one created country rap so that Eminem and Ryan Upchurch and Outlaw Nation. Now you see how many texts he wrote. I'm having to answer him from way back on Johnny Cashville friending him. And I said, well, maybe he's just not trusting anybody right now. Well, what's he say? Now, I didn't say nothing bad about Todd. He goes, I'm trying to convince him I'm not creepy like Todd. I didn't say anything negative about anybody. Still. So as you see, I'm waiting on all the stuff that I taught.
I'll say something about it. Fuck TOC.
All right. So that's what the hip hop game's missing. So I don't know what is missing. All right. I can pull up an interview of Tim's he did last year where the chicken was on stream and I was in the comments or the keep coming. All right. Let's stop here. Take it from okay. I was like, I feel you, but I've got to feed Tim. This is about Brittany. So you see, I'm still on the Brittany. He's already swap 20 to 30 messages. And I tell him again, please ignore her and just enjoy those of us in the chat. Talk with us in the chat. Just have a good time. Of course, he didn't. He went in and started throwing shade at her right off the bat. And we had to get rid of him. And that started the first butt hurt feelings.
Well,
Oh, memory lane.
what did you do, girl? Well, see what happened one day.
shit. All right, guys. Sorry about that. That was not supposed to be on there. Now, granted, Tim already accidentally did that without realizing, and that was wrong of him, and I made sure that was wrong. So, all right. So on this is, he kept wanting his song played for his friend that passed away. And I told him he's busy in the interview, but I will do what I can to get him to run it. But then I fell asleep. So Tim was going to run the Fumigator against Iceman ads tonight, October 8th. Okay. Then we get to the 9th.
Yeah, hype man. I'm in the corner fucking taller than that.
All right. So here's where we start talking about how it started, okay? This is us talking about how he was forced and coaxed to apologize because he wouldn't take responsibility. And he blamed it on an ex for the racist videos on his IG and Facebook that were still there up until, I don't know, even as far as I think 2 weeks ago. So he says, oh, they like apples from a tree don't fall far from a tree. They stick together. Yep, because we have Gene and Ice, well, and him. So as you know. Oh, and Shane. Don't forget all the ones that have been accused of being racist. So that's what he's saying. Iceman's a cesspool. Now, here I put any channel that we'll stick to our own community and the family of our channels that don't allow Ice and his and our anybody who doesn't allow Ice, we will be glad to be a part of. But he's shown his true colors, his true self several times. So YouTube will get their justice because, and what I meant by that, well, I couldn't foresee the future back in September or October, but meaning people would start to wake up like we did, and hopefully people would see the truth about who the real Iceman is. Now he asks if we're good with the little MFers. Now, I already told him earlier there were only 3. All right. There you go. So, some, not all. Not Tony. And no issues, but not cool with a few others. Now, I already said there were 3. So, as you see, Little King of the Kill, Robbie, Chance, Feller, Steph, Buddy, Amanda Savage, Brittany, Rejected Clown, we're all cool with, yes. There's so many at the time. I didn't have all the names, and I even said. So, I specifically said earlier 3, as you see, and Tony. Tony was one of the 3. Little Me says hi, and Tim stream. And I said, well, anyone you have a beef with there? Because I needed to know. Here's where I talked about me. I said, me came at Tim, but it was a crossfire. They both, because of being with Ice, it was just misdirected. The cartoon kind of squashed the beef before it could go into more. It's cool because back then in the beginning of October, they weren't friends per se, but they weren't enemies. Yeah, that's I'm talking so much smack. Here we go again. He thought Tim attacked him because of Ice, but it squashed. Both were in the wrong, so it's good. Meaning both Tim and Little Me. All right. But yeah, you can see the smack talking I'm putting down on everybody, people. I mean, Mokon, you killed it, dude. You're telling them. You're showing them all the bad stuff I said about people. Sometimes you got to just put it out there. Wasn't going to, Mokon. But then when you start talking about people saying that I talked about the whole Workiverse and I'm talking about John ARTY and all these other people, well, yeah, I'm going to have to set the record straight. So he keeps begging me to play songs. I'm telling him, I'm nowhere near Tim. Text him yourself. But you see, he begs you guys say S&P begged. He begs all the time, over and over again. So here's where Iceman started texting him on IG, asking him to talk. Heard he had information on our community, on Tim and Joe and them, and he wanted to make sure that he could get this information. So he wanted information on those two so that he could try to twist and get payback. I said, if you do it, share them. Now we're in October 10th, guys. October 10th. Someone big did a diss on ICE, as we all hear, because of his racist, sexist ass. Can't wait to hear it. Did you reach out to him? That's Tim, because of the songs. Now he's saying, oh, well, it's uploading right now. But you want Tim to play it, but okay. I said, my favorite part 3, the fumigation team, was funny as hell. It's a good song as a diss, or it could stand alone. That song was actually pretty decent. I'll tell Tim to just listen to it, and he can play both of them tomorrow. Now, I thought this would be funny. That's self-explanatory, guys. Go ahead. Now, remember, I tell people who they could be friends with. I tell people where they can go. That's the story everybody wants to put out whenever they have a problem with me. But not only am I telling him if he did that IG and he wants to do it this way, but then I say, but if you decide to be neutral, no judgments here truly. We don't force or want or expect people to choose. Damn. But I'm telling people where they can go. Now, the algorithm release. Now, that has to do with the song Tim's putting out, coming out, so that it could get the most views, okay? But Mokon wants his ad put out. So Tim told him he could release it in the algorithm and a short so that it could be seen and hit the algorithm. Because it's just an ad. It wasn't a song. All right. This is Iceman's messages to Mokon. Conversate, not converse with you. Now, Tim's going to do a reaction, as you saw, so that he could do in the algorithm. He's got his reaction coming out in the morning, and he'll do the algorithm on a short for him. He thought it was Johnny Cashville. Now, this is about Iceman. Now, his arms are only the size of a damn, what? A Coke can? But he gonna keep knocking people out. Now I tell him we're trying to eat dinner, and you see, watch how many messages come, knowing I'm trying to feed the dogs and get Tim some dinner. But remember, Tim didn't go anywhere on his own, you know. But Mokon likes to jump on anybody's nuts. I have to keep telling him I'll see you tonight. And then he docks his chef to me. See, I have to say, send it to me real quick. He's not on the computer. We're trying to eat. I bet none of you women got messages this much from Square. Like I said, beware. You give them your IG. You're looking at a grade A clinger. We've already seen this several times. He keeps asking, should I rewrite it? I said, no, everybody likes your hook. And then he does it again and again and again. He just never slows down and pays attention or listens. That's why he repeats stuff from 2 years ago and still brings it up, because he just never listens. Everybody else let it go from what he did in the past. We're not throwing in his face all the shit he did over the last 2 years. But, it is what it is. He's still mentally about 15. You could tell. I do appreciate y'all coming out tonight. Like I said, this wasn't about drama. I just want the facts out. Because you could see so far.
Sorry to bother y'all. I know y'all are eating
nothing
dinner,
but
and I hope y'all
scandalous of
enjoy
all
it.
the people I've been
And I'm just
talking
sending a
about
voice
and
memo
bad
because
mouthing
texting
throughout the
sometimes
whole
gets aggravating,
community,
and I have tons of
inside and
typos,
outside.
But I don't know if you read all my messages, but I started working from scratch on that song.
I wonder
after
what you're
Tim
going to
ended
do
his
now,
live
Mokon.
last
You're going
night.
to still keep lying
I
like you
went-
did about with
Actually,
Sin?
I first
Because
Tim
every
ended his live,
Instagram
and then the
message from
chef
me
went
and
live
you
about
is
an hour
out,
later.
out
And
in the
I heard
universe.
J Magazine's track on the
I'm going to
chef's
keep this live.
stream.
This
And I was
broadcast
like,
is
dude,
going to
that
stay
whoever
up.
that is just went
Anybody's
off, and
welcome
that's
to
what
go
gave me
back and look at
inspiration.
it as
So
many
after I
times as you
heard
want.
if you go and watch,
Wonder how Slowcon's
the
going to react.
if you go and watch the chef stream, he plays J Magazine's track twice. After the first time he played it, I
Sorry,
dipped
guys, these
out
were all
and I
little
went and found
messages
that
that
beat that
he
I
just-
used. I listened to about 10
I told him to
different
take a
ones till I
quick
came
breather.
across it and was
Just
like, there it is.
slow down.
That's it.
And you
'Cause,
see,
I mean,
he
as
just
it's going,
blows
I
up.
just started
I
getting
mean, it
this
just
tune in my
doesn't
head.
stop. Let me
And
get past
it was
this.
on.
All right.
Was
See, I
I
get
did
so
all
hyped
of
up.
that last night, every bit of it, after Tim went live. And then from the time, Miss Lori, I sent it to you. So, I mean, like, people used to back in the day when me and Joe were going at each other, they'd be like, oh, Mokon, Seeking the Truth takes 3 months to write a track. And it's like, what? What?
And
I
I'm
used
the
to
one
get-
that
that's
blows
why I
up
would
his
do so
Instagram.
many,
You've
'cause I'm
heard
like,
them
what
all
do you
say
mean?
that I just
Takes me
wouldn't
that
stop
long.
blowing
Wow,
up his
here's 7
Instagram.
more. What do you mean?
You see, I get one word
anyways,
in,
yeah.
or one text, one comment.
But if y'all
usually.
like the way it
for
sounds
every
as
30
is,
of
I'm gonna
his,
leave it.
but,
I'll leave
yeah.
it as is. I appreciate y'all's love, y'all support, and enjoy your dinner. Sorry to bother you. God bless.
So, as you can see, oh, let me rewind that just a little bit. See, he keeps trying to call. I had to tell him I'm having dinner. Where did that go? Dang it. I need you guys to read something. Okay, let's see.
See you. God bless.
All right. I don't have to like his music. That's what I was trying to tell him. But I appreciate artists doing it for themselves. Okay? I even had to tell him. Chef says to change it. Tim likes it the way it is. You need to find the middle where you're excited and put it out for yourself, not for anybody else. Now you see, it just keeps going still. This is about his song still. And even after we hung up, you see the voice clip still
Hey,
going.
I don't mean to bother y'all. I just had a quick question because I
Okay, he's talking about that guy from Off the Yard who Tim did play his music. It had a pretty good hook, but then we found out he was friends with a pedophile. So we decided not to play any of his music because his best friend went to jail that he was still friends with out of jail that was a pedophile. You see how he tags everybody? He's bothering Johnny Cashville. That's what we're talking about. No pedophiles. Don't want to be talking to him. Don't want to be seen anywhere. And yes, I said he was a friend with one. Not that he was one. And to be honest, the guy could really rap. He was pretty good. Okay, this one's going really slow. Okay, that's why. All right. You see, he kept trying to call me again. And he took screenshots. I'm live, and he's still trying to call me. And yet these are all his conversations with Iceman, as you can see. Iceman wants to call him. They're all haters because my ability to pull views. You pulled the views because Bird would show up on his panel and get them views. Sin, me, Tim, Holly, everybody else was going on his lives, Gene, and getting the views. Everybody started to leave. He didn't get the views. He got used to those big views. So it's everybody else's fault. Okay. I was looking for. See, tried to call again and again, seeing I'm live, but he's so spazzed up. And then he says, oh, he started it. He tried to make fun of my mom. No, he wasn't trying to make fun of your mom. That's not what started it. But as you see, the story on how it started has changed so much. Now, this was about me going live that night. I was supposed to have my first Sisters in Arms, but Tim messed up my channel because he forgot that StreamYard, you had to wait 24 hours. So I was like, I have to do it on mine. Can you get the word out? So I'm trying to get past all his little conversations with everybody else and just move on. An interview nobody knew about. Yeah. They reached out to him like they tried to do Square because they figure Square can give him information on people in the Workiverse that he can expose and dox. So trust me, that's Iceman's MO. So he was trying to get information on Joe and Tim through Mokon, which Mokon, he gives it. And I bet Square does too. So bitches will be bitches and bitches will be snitches. Still waiting on all the shit talking about people there, Mokon. I'm still waiting. He sent me pictures of the guitar, telling me they were fake. Said he had issues with S&P, so I said I could talk to him to find out what's going on. But like, I care about all this shit. Like, what am I supposed to think about shit? I don't do music. I never claimed to do music. I don't do reaction, so I don't know what I'm getting. And oops, who's doing all this? Who did the doxing? Oh shit. Another doxer. Look at this. Not Triple T, not Lori. Huh. We get accused of it all the time, but okay. Funny how Iceman surrounds himself with people who like to dox and who have been known to dox. They're all around him right now. Just like being accused of 1 minute Tim doxed Gene, but then the littles doxed Gene's, but then we have proof it was audio whips. He doxed Gene, and Gene knows it, but it don't matter because facts don't matter, right? This is just so everybody can read if you guys want. That's why we did it so slow. Look, he's still digging. Look at that. He had to get a close-up on Iceman. I don't have a clue why. I've still not said anything. I didn't ever ask for him. You guys saw the DMs. Never asked for him to do any of this shit. I guess we know who paid. Oh, yeah, he started deleting some of this stuff. But you guys already put this out, so you guys know he deleted it just a little too late. I can see where I've blown up your IG there, Mokon. Sending you all these messages daily. Huh. What am I at? Like, I think I lost count after, what, 250, 300? I do not have a clue why Tim went so slow on putting this down. Unless it's just getting stuck. Okay. October 13th. So this is when Ice giggled and timed me out. This is when they were laughing about autistic kids and my grandson, Indian Ink. Well, he's laughing. I said, "You're laughing?" Oh, I didn't reread it. Oh, he's a piece of trash. Okay. Now, this is where I talked about filthy. I mean, we got to put it up because we don't want it to be said that I was trash talking. Now, remember, this is all pre-truce. Let's see. Okay. Oh, dang it. 1 minute he goes so slow. All right. These are the people who were up in the chat. They were threatening, talking shit. Not exactly each specific word was a threat by Filthy or any of them, but this is what was going on when I went in. Now, this is what I had to tell. I talked to Roland already about. This was the 12th of October. Okay, 14 days exactly before truth. The reason I called him a pussy, all right, is that I was in there and I was battling everybody. And he was in the chat. And to me, I thought he would have said something. I didn't realize at that time that, why. But in the heat of the moment, I just thought, he would say something. All right. Let's see. This is when Ice went on Shane's on October 12th, and he was talking shit about Artie, me, Tim, and Holly. Then I asked him at that point, did you have any new information? Now we're in the 13th now, okay? And he put, not yet, but I'm still doing more research. He's now started working on the country's. Okay, that's a different. Okay. Yeah, him on country. All right. I am listening to Iceman's stream from earlier, and he's talking about Filthy. Not me. Filthy's running his mouth. I'm about to pay. But it was me talking shit about everybody there. So far, I've seen you go after Talk. I've seen you go after Filthy. Yeah, so far, and Ice and Gene, but I ain't seen me do anything yet. But okay, let's keep watching. Come on. Oh, he wanted you to see Filthy where it was you he was talking about. All right, I'm about to pay for my verified subscription for. Who is that? Oh, Iceman, Ice Queef. Okay. So he paid. Okay. Now, Tim joked about doing it to cover for Mokon because he knows Mokon couldn't handle himself by himself. He needs a pack like he has now too. So he can't run and stand on his own 2 feet. Come on, system. Yeah, let's speed this up a little. We did it slow to give everybody a chance to read if they needed any information. All right. So he's still digging. He wants to email the whole entire report. I said, well, just send it to Tim's email on his page, please, because I don't want it. He says, okay. And then he asked me about that. I said, yes. He said, did you get it? We haven't even checked. We will, but we haven't. All right. Why I want to know about him taking a piss. This is where, and no, I do not believe that Nitro's the one who did the number. I saw somebody's live. I saw what they were saying. I saw him in Iceman's chat the night before. So I do not believe it was Nitro. Now, Tim has his own beliefs, but I know what I heard and what I saw. I just couldn't wake him up in time, and then it was taken down. So, yeah. And I didn't know how to stream record at that point. I wish I could have screen recorded. I would have had what I needed. But, all right. So, you see, we're just talking about Iceman. He's talking about Shane and Ice again, bumping gums, and called Shane Suboxone. Okay. I guess somebody was talking to him about his music. Let me make sure. All right. Now here we have Rebel being up there with Iceman and Gene. So trying to see. He's asking him when Double disappears again, where will you all stand? So that's him. Let's see. He's telling Iceman you can't help throwing around corny ass Generation Z terms like the word clout. But stepping in this point and bumping ain't nothing new to me, Iceman. Iceman tells him to get a ladder. He said, you look all morning that you claim to be about. You looked, I don't know, I can't read that word. You look stumped all morning? You look stoned all morning? I don't know. If I wanted a ladder to achieve clout, Iceman, I would have resorted to my old ways and uploaded Nitro Planet X videos. So the three of you popped up from Johnny Gobble, meaning that's where Gene and Iceman came from, was the Johnny Gobble period. So yeah, he said, I gave you the benefit of doubt, but like you tried telling me the other night, yeah, let things go. But he didn't. So here is, I tried educating you, Gene, but, and then he says, now I want you to remember this. Chilling, Scott. I just got off the phone with Triple T and Miss Lori. So I want you to remember that phrase. He just got off the phone with me. All right. They're telling him he needs enemies for him to find comfort on. He tells me that he's giving me hell. Now you see, I haven't said much. I don't think I've said anything just yet. Come on, come on, come on. And then he tells Iceman, you ain't got no nuts, punk. You're a meth head. All right. And then I asked him, hold on, it went too fast now. Like I said, Tim. All right. There's one little line I want you to see, right? Oh, crap. Come on. All right, leave it here for a minute then. Dang it. Bear with me, guys. It might be a little boring right now, but I had to put it all out there. Because, you know, I talked about so many people behind their backs. You know, that's what they all say. I tell people where they can go. I tell people they're not allowed to go anywhere. I question people. Okay. I asked him, why did you say you just got off the phone with us? He said, I didn't mean to say that. I was trying to earn Scott's trust. I said, well, just tell him to ask me. I didn't like that he lied and said he was talking to me on the phone because he wasn't. All right. Here's where we're still on August 13th or October 13th, 2 weeks before the truce. And I put, Bird was in there with her bitch brother Roland, and I said that. That's my comment because they were in there on Gene's stream. And then I put what I said, which wasn't right, but we were at war, like I said. I know there were things said about me before truce. I don't care. It's all done. It's gone. I don't even care anymore. So there's my two things I wanted you to see right there. All right. That's the whole extent of me talking shit about people for months on YouTube, on IG, and direct messages. And by the way, ask yourself, guys, how many times has he asked me who we're at war with yet? Remember, he says he had to ask me daily who we were fighting with in our DMs. Well, you've got our DMs. So, all right, let's keep going. And I should have never attacked a woman about her weight. So, even with her fighting. All right. Now, will Tim play my song for a $5 super chat? And then he says, I sent Tim a cash app. Keep that in mind because he says he had to send money all the time for me to play. Now, this is the 15th of October. Okay.
That's pretty sad. Somebody's calling me from restricted numbers.
You know who that is. You know exactly who that is.
I know, but you know, I forgot that I didn't have my I didn't have it blocked. That's pretty sad. Somebody's calling me from restricted numbers.
Now we know who that was, right?
You know
You
who that
heard
is. You know
that was
exactly who that is.
Mokon talking shit earlier. That he was oh, look, who's going to call the parole officers? Uh-oh. Wasn't Triple T. Wasn't Tim. Who was doing the prank calls that he kept calling back and people were answering? Oh, was that Mokon? I wanted to delete Iceman as an Instagram account, so that's why I was asking him. But you now know who Iceman's prank caller is, who would answer in the middle of the night. Here's where Jackass Explorer. Oh, I did make one more comment, but it wasn't negative about Bird, but I did tell him to go to Jackass Exposer. Well, it might have been negative. But like I said, you saw it's the 14th. We're still 2 weeks away from a truce. So I've come completely clean. So I don't know many people that'll show all their IGs, even if they show negative from before the war or stopped or the truce, but I'm willing. This is one of Upchurch's fake accounts, this Holler Boy, that when you drop a comment in Upchurch's chat, sometimes you'll get some weird emails back. So all right, Tim. All right. There's my final comment about Bird, is I told him to go check out Jackass Explorer and the Bird. Now, oh, I'm talking about Death Before Dishonor. He's talking about a video. But we already schooled that one about lies. So we're ignoring the losers. Let's see. So we went to see what it was all about. Come on. I got to thank my nephew, Sin, because when he put out all his stuff, I thought Mokon was just resorting to low-cal incel behavior with the name callings. But I heard him last night or the night before talking to John Arty and Roland and stuff about, oh, and he went into the Workiverse. Oh, I don't know why you guys talk to Lori and Triple T. You should see what they say about you. Well, you guys have got to see everything I had to say about you all. And yeah, wow, scandalous. I talked about John, Arty. Let's see. Oh, let me go back. I don't know what that was about. I want to make sure everything's above board. Don't want to. Say I skipped something on purpose that might. All right, I think it was right there. Oh, this is something he wrote. Now remember, this is to Jekyll, and he put any relation to Sandy Hook that happened years ago. And the end was karma always bites back, and her gnarly teeth are gnarling in his face finally. Talking about Iceman, okay? That's who he's talking about. So I shook my head because I didn't like the word Sandy Hook being thrown around, no matter what the incantations to that name can be. Now, I want you to read this. I deleted my comment. I stand by it, but okay, he made it so blurry doing that one. Hold on a minute. I'm going to reread. There we go. Oh, dang it. You have to read what he was saying. All right. He says, oh, dang it. Sorry, guys. All right. There's that one. All right. But I don't want to leave a trail. What he's doing is he doesn't want evidence when he starts filing criminal charges against right there. But I don't want to leave a paper trail once Iceman's criminalistic investigations begin. Ha, ha, ha. Because remember earlier he said he was going to start calling in complaints on his parole officer. And here we go. Here we go. I told him, go to filthy animal number 7. He is right. October 16th. This is when we first thought it was nitro. So that's that. And like I said, when I put all the things together, and then I apologize. Sorry, Adrian and Non-Realist stopped by. Now, there's a reason why you got to remember that I said I'm sorry. Okay? If you remember, he was asking me to play one of his songs. Well, when Non-Rilla and Adrian Raps came by, we didn't get to a song because Tim and the guys and everybody in the chat was all talking and stuff. So I apologized. And right here I put, it's coming. Meaning we would get to your song. Because later he's going to ask me what I was apologizing for. It was because they came in, and I actually say it. But see, I apologize because we didn't get to it. Now he's trying to say that this is nitro. And we're like, it's not her. Listen to her voice. I said she's best friends with Bird. Now we're on the 17th of October. And you see, it's all mostly him continuously, but I blow up his phone. I talk bad about people. We're on October 22nd. And I guess this was about Buckshot Biggs. And I said, and he says it was all good. This is where, hold on, I saw Little Me's name. Going to get back. These are almost done, thank God. But you see how much he... There you go. I'm tired of the attacks every day. They're running out of things to say about us all. This doxing shit is ridiculous, though finger pointing all over. Don't know, but I'm tired of being accused of sending hackers to get him. I don't even know how to run a SteamYard back then. And at that point, I did believe it was Ice and Filthy and all of them, making it to look like we all were the doxers when we weren't. And then this is when we had already decided before the truth we had got with all the content creators in the community, and everybody had agreed that we're not getting into the war with Gene and Ice and them no more. We were done with the fighting, and anybody coming in doxing anybody's information. We don't care if it was on Bird, if it was on Phil. Everybody was being deleted who came in doxing anybody's numbers. And then I said, let this go. It was a total misunderstanding because he made a dig toward SMP. SMP ignored him. He did another dig. Harley stood up for him. He went after Harley, okay? Started calling her all kinds of names and called her Nitro and stuff like that. I told him it was a misunderstanding. Let it go. Okay. Try and make sure everybody doesn't think that I'm skipping over anything because I want all the facts out. Because this is all before the truth, but we want to make sure everything is good. All right, now he's coming after MTP, telling him, oh, they're part of JEKYLL's community tab, or they're part of their friends. I said, well, Tim will talk to him. It's his screen. And then he brings me a screenshot with Joe and Buckshot Biggs and all of them and SMP all being friends. And this was a year ago. He says, no. Now, Joe did make a comment to MTP about something, but it had nothing to do with JEKYLL. But he tried to tie it. I told him, don't get upset, because I yelled at Tim, because I told him, let Tim take care of it. His ass, once again, jumps in the chat like he did with that other girl and starts running his mouth. So I yell on the live, block that motherfucker. So he's upset, but I told him, I told you Tim was going to talk to him. We wanted to find out. This isn't Brad's stream. He has no business. He says he understands. Then he goes after Dragon. Wants Tim to ask all these questions. And then he wants to know why his integrity. And then I was like, we didn't question your integrity. I told you, shut your mouth. It's not your live. They're not your guest. This isn't your chat. Tim will take care of it. And him and Joe will talk. And then they'll go from there. But it's not your job to question Joe or to question Dragon or MTP or anybody. And then I wasn't welcome. No, you weren't. At that point, I did time your ass out. And then he was like, oh, he had to fight with Nitro on live stream a few weeks ago. He was a nervous wreck. He ended up having one too many drinks and edibles, but he's drunk every night. But, you know, so that was his excuse for that. He's talking about how Tim is so good. I even have a clip where he was talking to a friend. How wouldn't it have been cool if Joe and Tim would have done a part in a song he did just a few months back? But he has two separate friends who don't want nothing to do with the drama, who want to work with them. Again, okay? That's why he made amends. And Tim even asked him, don't you regret calling Nitro a bitch? And then she became an enemy. And then he says, I can't keep up with all the beefs. Yeah. Then he's talking about a t-shirt that didn't fit. But yet he's got pictures of him wearing it and it fits just fine. But Tim and him had a conversation on IG. Tim told him he only had a certain size left. Mokon says, it's okay. Just send it to me. So that's why. But he still rocked it around town, guys. You know, but it didn't fit, but he was still wearing it. So he's got these two separate friends who have big numbers. Can't get him numbers for his songs, but then he's talking about he can't keep up with the drama, who rocks with who from day to day. I said, now this is the 27th. The drama with Bird is squashed tonight, but not friends. Ice and Gene brought trouble to us. We tried being friends, didn't want no drama, but the last 2 nights, drama over for our side. We all agree not going after the trolls, meaning Gene and Ice. And then, whoa, whoa, whoa. How did he go so fast? Slow down. He was tired of reading his stream too. And then I told him, so here's where I start going off. So these are the days that I did blow up his phone for 2 days or for a day straight. We never disrespected you, neither did Tim. He disrespected us first. And I told you, we don't want your money. We just were trying to be your friend. But you hear him say he had to beg and try to offer to send us money. We told him, we don't want you. Again, we never asked for your money. He forgets all that, don't he? I said, you are a liar. That was about the cancer. And here's all of it. I said, now this disclaimer. Mokon went live and was talking about how Tim's brother could get fired because of what Tim says on his live, where if his brother's not on YouTube, his brother doesn't have an account, and his brother's not saying anything on Tim's account or on a live, the disclaimer has nothing to do with his brother, and his brother can't be in trouble for something that he didn't be a part of. So I told him, you might want to take it down since you don't understand what a disclaimer is, or go ahead and leave it up for fun for the rest of us to see how dumb you really are. Bless your heart. And then I said, hey, you should watch Triple T tonight. We have a special guest just for you. And then I asked him because if he heard or seen Kelly lately, because we hadn't seen her and I was wondering about her. And I know they used to talk in the chat. So that's why I asked about Kelly. And then nothing. And you just see nonstop. It doesn't stop after I already was done. And that is when I deleted him finally. But he still tagged me and everything. Tim, babe, Tim. Okay, he's not in here. Hold on a minute. Let me get rid of this. All right. Okay. Was that a lot to follow for everybody? So, sorry about that. Like I said, I wanted to put that all out there, and we're not done. So, can you guys hear me? That's right, Victoria. We never asked for his money, but he says he always had to pay. He was a member. No, I told him several times, you could go and be neutral. You could go wherever you want. But as you all see, he kept asking everybody, hi, Emily. He tried messaging you too? Well, good. So I also have some videos for you guys. If you would just hold on 1 minute, please bear with me. You're going to love this. Okay, guys, have to get something settled. Okay, now I got to show you some movies, some little clips that you're going to find. So, you know, Mokon has said Tim has 11 bagger videos that involve kids, okay, students. Well, you heard him say there's 11. And the one that he already put out and gave to Gene and Ice to use too was not even the most vilest, disgusting video that's still out there. The other 11 are really are even worse than what this one is, right? And that Tim had to get rid of them in order to get monetized because he clipped them. No, sorry, Mokon. he got clipped for all the political Trump supporting, Republican supporting videos that he had to take down. That's how he got clipped. And it was even sent to us that there were videos that he had to get rid of. Anything that mentioned any of these subjects had to come down. I've still got some. So I'm going to play you 3 or 4 because, there's 11. He's already played out 1 and insinuated Tim was but yeah, he sure has the goods on me, Daniel. You're right. Not anymore, but still. So these videos are 4 more of the worst videos. Because you remember, he already played the tamest one out of 11. So that would leave 10. They're all more disgusting than the one he already put out. So I'm going to come and put 4 out. Not 1 nor 2, 4. So if you got children, because they're so vile, so disgusting, please put your children away. Tim's pulling them up for me, so it'll be a minute. But while we're doing that, I wanted people to hear out of his own words just what he's about. And this is him admitting for himself. Okay? So let me pull this up. And here we go.
Clip this. This is me telling you the story, exactly what happened.
Can you hear it?
I was in Lake County Jail. We were doing our time, and me and 2 of my boys that were we grew up together. We just thought that this meant white power.
White power.
That's nothing to me to be like I'm racist. Gene, he could be like, hey, I know everyone believes in their own race. We seen this guy that was in the fucking Lake County Jail that had fucking cracker bolts all over him, and we just thought it meant like, okay. We just thought it was a cool tat, dude.
You got that right? Did you guys get to hear that? Can somebody put a 1 in the chat if you guys heard what he was saying? Will somebody let me know, please, real quick, if you heard that, if I did it right with the audio? Just a 1. Okay, thank you. So you heard him say, now he went to jail in 2006 to 8. So he got his cracker bolt, white power, lightning bolts on his arm in 2006 to 2008. We are now, 14 years past. And he's still, a week ago, rocking them, bragging about them, telling you, here's my cracker bolts. So I wanted you guys all to see, he's still a racist. He's still not reformed. He did not learn. He's proud of them. There's several videos out there saying cracker bolts mark the spot because he's proud of those. Saying white power, and that's what those lightning bolts represent. He knows exactly that that's white supremacy. He knows what they mean. He knows what they are, and that's what it's about. This man is not a reform because he's had 14 years. If he really wasn't racist, he could have had those tattoos removed, and a lot of people would cover him up for free. Hey, Robbie, thank you for coming by. You're right. Now they're trying to say his daddy's an electrician, is what Gene and him told him to say. But he told us to clip him. I clipped you, Mokon. You're welcome. Thank you. He has more where he says cracker bolts mark the spot. So, yeah, I was only going to put 1 until, until Tim came out. I just wanted everybody out there who maybe think that he can tell his story, that they don't know about him. Well, now you know that he lied to everybody the other night in his chat. There was no talking about any of you guys. Only the few people that we had issues with. No, he wouldn't have been in juvie. He's 32 or 33 years old, Kelly. He was like 18, 19 years old. That's when he strangled a girl who was younger than him. He got off of those charges because they were able to pin, it was, how they go. They get you on the charge that'll put you in jail, has the better conviction rate. So they make a plea deal with you. So that's how it was. He likes those girls. He hasn't been with a woman since. He has no woman. He talks about a C word, a cunt, all the time. But he sure doesn't know what one looks like anymore. So he is definitely an incel. Him, Gene, Iceman, they have no women. They're totally definition of incels. So, Emily, I'm glad you came. I'm trying to keep, like I said, this wasn't about drama. This was putting out the facts. He was going around telling everybody the Workiverse that I talk shit about them. He was telling John ARTY. He was telling everybody. So you got them? The videos? Because I said they're so scandalous. We got to put them out. Why?
Bastard.
You shouldn't have got
And I
into.
swear to God, I'm gonna beat your motherfucking. Bite me again.
Get him, Ryder. Tell him, don't.
You too, you little witch.
They tell now. Where do I get him, baby? I already did the racist thing, babe.
You gotta go to my channel.
Why do I gotta go to your channel? You said you were gonna bring them up here.
You have to play them off the Triple T channel.
So I can't. You can't transfer them.
No, you just go to my channel.
Oh, up here.
Yes, Lori.
Okay, hold on, guys.
Go to YouTube.
Okay, so I go to here.
Go to YouTube.
I am. I understand what YouTube is, honey. All right.
Type in Triple T.
Yes, honey.
BPs.
Yeah, I know, honey. Thank you. All right.
Go all the way to the bottom.
Don't I go to your library?
No, go to videos.
Okay, videos.
Keep going all the way down.
I am. I'm going all the way down because you have 3 years worth of videos. Isn't today your anniversary?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? 3 years tomorrow. Congrats, baby. All right.
Keep going.
I'm going, baby. It's only as far as the mouse will take me.
Keep going.
Wasn't there a faster way to just get to the
No.
bottom of the page?
That's the way you do it.
Sorry, guys. I got to get through all of his videos to get to where I need to be. All right. We're starting to get there. Oh, Rufus, my little man. All right.
Start from here. Go down. Keep going.
It won't let me go any
Yes,
further.
it will.
I'm trying, babe. Look, it won't let me go any further.
And you just took it all the way back to the top.
Okay. That's as far as it will let me go. See?
Gotta be more than that because there's a couple missing.
It's not coming up.
Jessica's missing.
Well, there's
Missing.
the turkey.
Yeah, but Jessica, who let the dogs out, are missing.
Yeah, that's the one of the videos I wanted to put down. So can you go out and look while I play these ones? All right. Well, how do I do it now since it's your channel? The same way I would a normal video?
Yeah.
So I'm going to click it, pause it. Gotcha. Gotcha. All righty. So I'm going to go back to StreamYard. All right, guys. So now remember, okay, these videos are so vile, so scandalous. These last 10 videos, which I'm going to do 4, okay, that the one you already saw that they insinuated were children, even though they were adults in college, right, is going to knock your socks off. But I had to put them out there because, you know, Mokon's letting everybody know how vile Tim is and disgusting, that this is why he should be put down. So here we go. I'm sorry of doing this in advance to you guys. I'm really sorry. He's saying gobble, gobble, gobble. He lost the bet. So it was between him and Tim, and he had to run across the store gobbling like a turkey. Oh, my God. One of the 11 videos, it was so scandalous. Oh, my God. What the heck were we watching there? All right. That was one of them. So now I got to get them again. Just bear with me. I'm thankful for all your guys' patience today. Oop, I was going down the wrong rabbit hole. Triple T videos. So that makes number 2 of 11, guys. So I want you to remember that number because there's 11 vile ones. They're so disgusting. Didn't you see how gross that was, losing a bet and having to act like a turkey for Thanksgiving? I mean, Mokon, you're so right. I mean, the nerve of Triple T. All right, here's another bagger video for your entertainment. Let me set it up. All righty, here we go. StreamYard. I'm going to present. Now, this one's worse than the last one. So, I mean, this one might, well, it's almost as bad as his singing. So, I mean, it could be what you call really, really bad. So, please bear with me. All right. And here we go. You see, drunken baggers. Baggers gone wild now. I know, that's so scandalous. All right, guys, I got 2 more for you. I mean, we have to make sure we cover majority of the 11 because we don't want it to ever be said how disgusting that 11 videos were that the one he already put out. Now, let's be real. If Mokon really had the goods of us talking about people or so vile, don't you really guys believe that Mokon would have already put the goods out? I mean, he's been with Gene and Ice for how long now? You know he would have put it out. So, you know what? I decided I'm going to do him the favor. I'm going to put out some of the stuff for him. He don't have to worry. And this way, when everybody sees him, I mean, they've already been banning him. They know he was talking shit in the Workiverse, that they knew the truth, and they block him when he comes in talking shit about us. But all right, we did. Okay, here's another one at the Christmas party, guys. Now, this one will be scandalous. So I want you guys to really, really strap your boots on because this one is vile. It's disgusting. I just, another bagger. Okay. You're right, Emily. That's why I figured I'm putting everything out there. That way there's no more innuendos. He can go around like play the victim, but everything's out. Everybody saw. He's the one that blew up my IG. I was not texting him every single day where his boss was laughing at me because somebody was blowing up his phone. You saw, it's him. But, ready? Here we go. Disappointed? Sorry, the baggers. We expected them to bring the party. They put the word party in the word, or put the fun in the party. All right, guys. Yeah, I stopped a little early because that's all it was. I mean, it was so bad. I'm gonna get you. Like I said, I want to put out enough so that there's no denying that out of 11 videos, you've already saw 4. So there's only 7 left. Oh, how bad can they really? I mean, we already saw 3 of them, or 4 of the really vile, nasty ones. So,
All right, so what you have to do, you actually have to put the title
okay,
on here.
yeah, let me go down and see if there's any more that I got. Because I played the turkey one, the baggers singing, the elderly women. Is the lap dance in here? Oh, okay. Because, you know, that one was so vile that a 24-year-old was giving a lap dance to a 65-year-old woman. I would hate to think that that was
right
on.
here.
Yeah,
Put,
right here.
yeah, put that and then type "Who Let the Dogs Out" Part 2.
Who dogs? Part 2 or 1? Because
Part 2.
okay. And enter.
Yep.
Okay. And then go down.
No.
Okay.
No.
I did what you said. Okay.
There it is.
All right. Let me get this video up. Where's part 1?
It's named different.
Oh, okay.
So Rihanna let the dogs out.
Okay. So, oh. All right. Hang on, guys, because, you know, I'm going to put out over half the videos so that everybody knows they're so vile.
Hey, make sure you go to Triple T channel and view them so I get the views.
Just keep your kids locked up because we don't want to get you on vile, you know, what I'm, you know, pedophilism. Oop, I forgot to hit play.
It's got the full screen.
I don't do full screen.
That's stupid.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jessica,
Well, here's
we're
full
gonna
screen, right?
do Who Let the Dogs Out. You
Oh.
ready?
Oh yeah.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
It's scandalous, folks. She was singing and dancing with Tim. Tim was singing and she danced for him. Oh my God! Call the popo. Why is this man still on the internet?
Matter of fact,
Still recording.
Okay, you're telling
the Air Force,
Yep, but it's okay.
and she already had 2 kids when she joined.
Okay, so I'm gonna put you in again,
Just
and
go back to my channel.
I am. I had to do it because
No,
I
just go back
exited
to
out.
here.
No, it exited out, honey bun. That's why I'm saying I did it. All right,
Yeah,
so I'm
right
gonna
there.
go. Yep.
Put Rihanna.
Now this is the one from the break room that
Let the dogs out.
who put out the content. Nope,
You didn't spell her name right.
that's how you spell it. So how'd you spell it?
Brianna.
That's how I did it. So, see? You sure you got it right? There we go. You spelled it wrong. Ha. All righty, guys, and here we.
Full screen.
Can I at least get to stream
Yeah,
it first?
You gotta
Yep, share. See, you're Russian. I got you. So this one,
Yeah.
share
Full screen.
right here.
Yeah. And play.
No, come on. Do who let the dogs out? Come on, one time.
Now, don't you know she's a paid
One
actor,
time.
according to Brad?
One
that
time,
when she
Bree.
did the statement.
Who let the dogs out?
That's our dog sitter who was in the break room.
Shit.
Who was in college?
Boy, I tell you what, you and Jessica be good roommates.
And Emily knew. She goes, look at the coffee cup. You guys
You and Jessica
deliberately
make good roommates.
done it.
No.
All right, guys. There's now 5 of 11. So only 6 missing videos. But I mean, I don't want to bore you with how scandalous they could be. So I wanted to thank you all because the only one I didn't get was when you said cracker bolts. But I couldn't find that one, but it's okay. Yeah, I don't either. So, but there you have it. There is complete IG messages when I was on Tim's IG and when he went to mine between me and Mokon from the very beginning.
Put a video out on Gene. Said, "Young Gene, your respect is your AR-15."
Anyways, as you can see, there was no trash talking of the Workiverse. There was no trash talking of Arty and JOCK. There was no talking about Holly and Joe. There was no dirt talking about anybody in our community. Did I make a couple snide remarks against Bird? Yes, I did in the heat of the battle. But did anything happen even before the truce? Nope, over 2 weeks. Did I make a comment about Filthy? Yes, I did, about what was going on, but nothing disrespectful, nothing bad. So there's that. Did I make a comment about MC Llama when we were both going at each other? Yes, I did. But did we also talk afterwards? Yes, we did. And has there been anything? Nope. No, there hasn't. So, Mokon, what is going to be your story now that all the I forgot. Remember, you DM'd me every single day asking who the new beef was in because it was always drama. I never saw you ask me once. Huh. You brought it up once when we were fighting. And why did we go at you again? Oh, we didn't. I did. Because how many times did I show you where I would speak to you once or twice and you wouldn't shut up and leave me alone? But yes, Dan, you're right. And Holly, Tim, you're the devil. And Dan says you're going to jail for all those criminal videos. You're going to get 50 years. So I wanted you all to see. I was not, even in private, I did tell everybody out in the open there were 3 MFers that at the time of the war that was causing all the trouble. That it seemed like we were always fighting Tony, John, and Harley. As you saw in my own words, I said 3. Okay? I said we only had 3, in my opinion, on our side, stirring up the trouble. So as you see, didn't talk shit, didn't badmouth people, and all Mokon running around to all the communities. You saw he's the doxer. He was putting out people's information. He paid for the $35 to get people's private information. He was calling people's parole officers and sheriff's department, hoping for criminal investigations against that Bethany girl and against ICEMAN. But we took the blame for all of it. Did we know he was a racist? No, we did not. We found out the night we were talking about it and we were told about the tattoo, and we're like, there was a picture. We're like, boom. So not only could we prove that he's a racist, we've got his own words proving he knows what happened. He knew it was for white power. He just put it out. Now the videos are private. But Ding Dong said, clip me. I'm Robert Brad McConaughey. This is white power. I clipped you. Thank you. You're welcome. You told me to. I did it. I did you the favor so that everybody can get your story out because you only had 3 views that night. So, hey, Chef, thanks for popping in. So I do appreciate everybody coming out and listening because, like I said, I try not to say anything in private I won't say out in public. And I'm tired of the insinuations that what I say is being twisted to mean something else. I didn't. I could have been talking shit. I had every right. I was at war, but I didn't talk shit. Brad's lying and telling people I was talking shit to him. He was asking me questions every day. He had to always send money. He was told where to go. Boom. No, you weren't. I told you to be neutral and go wherever you wanted. Boom. I told you to keep your money. I didn't want your filthy fucking $5, $10, $1.99. I didn't need your damn money. You're the one living in a pop-up camper, not an RV because there ain't no motor. Get it straight. And your mama had to put it on the back of her vehicle to tow it. You got fired from Walmart. Now you're working at a grocery store stocking groceries. You get drunk. You ain't had a woman in how long? You're an incel. You're a low-cow. You hang with other incels and other low-cows. You're the definition of them. So I wanted you to know, go ahead and tell people now that all I did was talk shit about the Workiverse. Talk bad shit about Filthy. And I talk bad shit about Bird and JOCK and Arty and all these other people. Because now every Instagram DM is out there for the whole world. Because you know what, Brad? I see you. Hey, Bumblebee. I see you fluttering around and making all your videos private because you read my community post, what I was doing. Mine's going to stay up, incel. And anybody on any side of the community, even outside, will be able to come in and see your video bragging that you're a racist of white power. Everybody can come in and see that you lied. Sin already put out a video with all the facts showing that he had nothing to do with the Millionaire Boys Club. You lie because that's what you feel like you have to do to fit in. So now you have no more ammunition because, well, you had none to begin with. Let's put it that way. But now everybody else knows you have no ammunition. Once again, like those guns that you claim to have, they're as empty as the real IG gun that you think you have. So go find another mommy figure. Quit tagging us in all your videos. The community doesn't want you. You've already been called out by Mikey D that He's not staying away because of Tim, because he wants nothing to do with Tim. He's working on building his new YouTube studio and a farm. And once they're done, after the first of the year, when everything's completed, him and Tim will be back in the saddle as brothers, because they are brothers. He's told you that. He's been on here 4 times already in the last 5 weeks to prove to you that you're a liar. So keep repeating and recycling your same bullshit. You fit in perfect where you're at, because that's all you 3 got. Repeat, rinse, and repeat. You all call out everybody, but then you try to get in and play the victim. You're not the victim. You're actually the stalker. You're the one who's the doxer. You're the one buying, desperate and paying money to get people's private information. You're the one telling people, oh, the videos are so scandalous, he had to delete them. No, Mokon, I've got them. I showed them. That's 5 videos out of the 10 that, or 11 that you claim were there. There wasn't. There were 8 or 9. I got 5, and they just kept getting worse, as you said. Huh? No, we know you're a bitch. You went and you took the worst one out of all the videos, the only one that you felt could hurt Triple T, and it didn't work almost 2 years ago. So now you gave them and recycled them to Gene and Ice. It doesn't work, because I put out the videos. She even put out a video. She wasn't a minor. She wasn't a student in high school being talked down like that. You have to do what you have to do to try to fit in, because you know, without your lies to try to attack us, Iceman and Gene have no use for you. You bring what? A couple views? I mean, you can't even, when they're over on your page, they can't even bring you any views. And Andrea, I'm sorry. You want to believe incels without getting all your facts. It just shows you that you're a low-cal yourself. And now I know why the Workiverse and the littles all hate you, because you're insignificant. You talk about the truth. You know, you don't know shit. But you can watch this. You think Brad's on our necks with his little diss songs. Why don't you watch his video where he's sitting in the car trying to sing without the reverb, and you have to hear his real voice? Then you'll want the reverb, and then you actually think he actually has some talent when you see the real Mokon. But you have the facts. If you want to hang with a racist and a woman and a man who beats women and shoves them in the trunk, and it did happen, he got pulled over with her in the trunk, but you go ahead and you hang, because you're right where you deserve to be, honey. Stay there. Don't come over. Because the Workiverse don't want you. The littles don't want you. We in our community don't want you. We don't need your little view. We don't need your subs. We don't need any of you over there. You all stay. You incels can jerk each other off. Oh, that's right. Iceman likes to watch other men jerking off. That's how he got his channel taken from him. Because he was on probation after being taken down for a week for having his other porno up there. Because, I mean, that's the only way he gets his rocks off. So you guys deserve each other. I'm so happy you have each other. The 3 of you, you're not on anybody's necks. Let's be real, Gene, Mokon. You all would need a stepladder to reach my necks, bitches. You can't even reach that high. And your little pencil arms that are this big around, you call out everybody, I'll fight you, Mokon. That's an open invitation. Said, don't make me drive through Lake Charles. Bitch, I'll meet you. It's 45 minutes away. Call me. You got my number? I'll meet you. I'll even let you videotape it, honey. I'm going to get to videotape it too. I mean, I only had the same training as most military men and women. I am an ex-police officer. Bring your little bony ass up. Bring your racist ass up. I promise I won't even bring, there's no need for weapons. I'll bring my phone for a camera. I'll fight you. But I know that there's a promoter that's letting Sin fight you. He'll put a fight together for you if you're really a big man. You're afraid to fight a woman, but if you fight a man, Sin's got a person willing to sponsor a fight, and you can even make some money and maybe graduate from a pop-up camper your mama bought you and tows around for you into a real RV, like a big boy. You might become a big boy one day if you put your pants on and you try really hard and what? But I hate to tell you. And when you say that I wouldn't even have a house without Tim, I have a college degree. In fact, when me and Tim were dating, I was raising my 2 kids on my own, and I had my own house. He'd come down and stay with me. I gave my house to my ex so that he could move out of where he was staying. So I was going back with Tim, who was in the Army. So I have a college degree, bitch. Me and Tim both in criminal justice. Hate to tell you. So I'm sorry, baby boy, that you haven't amounted to anything. ICE is over 43 and still on house arrest and never been anyone, and has his mommy fights his battles. And that Gene lives in an apartment all alone by himself. I'm sorry none of you have real women in real life. I'm sorry that you only have your circle of jerks and you guys watch the porn and think it's funny, and that you guys wanted to save that burnt roast beef, overcooked roast beef, vagina and asshole that you had on your stream last time. My heart really goes out to how lonely you three really are. Oh, fuck that. No, I'm just fucking around with you guys. I could give a shit's ass what you guys do. So, all right, guys. We're going live tonight for late night stream. I did not want this to interfere with our late night. We're going to be going live. Well, we were going to go live a half hour ago. I'm sorry that the one video took so long. We're going to go live. We're going to play a game of Hangman tonight, but we're not going to tell you what the subjects are going to be. It's on you. Give us about an hour. And you're right, Brandy. His mother must be really proud how he talks about women, especially when all I did was have an issue because he wouldn't stay out of Tim's chat and causing trouble after I would ask him to. So, hold on a minute. Okay, so we're going to close down, and we will see you. Give us about, well, let's see, it's almost 10. Give us to 10:45, and you're welcome to come to play Hangman with us. Or if it's too late, you guys can do what you other do. I know that there's a lot of options out there. As I've said, we do not care if you go to other channels. We respect you going to other channels. We have no problem. Lots of you I see in other channels, whether we're allowed there or not. Glad to see you out there and being accepted. As some have already told everybody, I've never asked you about where you go or who you're talking to. It's not my business. All we ask is when you come over here, don't talk shit about where you've been. And when you're over there, don't talk shit about anybody on this side. That's all I ask for. And since you've been giving me that respect, you've always got that respect back. Much love. And I will catch you in about 45 minutes, this channel. And we will catch you later. And anybody wants to see back anything that you missed, it's all here. I welcome the Workiverse, Bird and Roland, Filthy, MC, and I also welcome John Arty. I welcome anybody. Check out this full screenshots, slow. Everybody can read all the facts. Nothing that he told you all was facts. It's all lies. And no, you don't get to pick the horse for the hangman, Chris. All right, guys. Much love for everybody who came out. Dan, Joe, Holly, Kelly, Dustin, Emily, Elkins, Victoria, Chris, Sunflower, Storm. I missed a lot of you. Brandy, I appreciate y'all coming out here for the support. You all know me even outside of YouTube when we talk. So, yeah, this way there's no more doubts for any of the communities that there was shit talking negative about them behind their backs or in front of their faces, and nothing 2 weeks prior to the truce. We had already stopped. There was nothing to say. We were done. It just got old. So see you guys later. Much love. Talk to you later.